Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Imani and I make videos about beauty, fashion, lifestyle, and speech pathology. Today's video is answering your questions. I've been getting a ton of questions just as time has gone on. You guys have been asking questions that I do not want to not answer for you. I want to thank you guys for just riding with me and riding this out as I figure out how to balance everything. So thank you. All right, let's get into it. So I'm gonna start off with a question that I got on Instagram. This person says, "Hey Mani, I watch your YouTube channel and I'm going to be applying to NYU soon. If you don't mind, I have a few questions. While doing the online program, is it mandatory to complete 2 practicums on campus? I know you probably get tons of questions. I'm sorry in advance if I'm bothering you. Thank you, Jasmine." Jasmine, you are not bothering me. I really am happy that you wrote a question because if I can help you in any way, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here, girl. So yes, there are 5 practicums, which is like 5 clinical experiences. It means that you are out in the field, using the skills that you've learned in class in the actual field, and you're being graded on your ability to execute the things that you've been learning over time. So the first 2, Prac 1, that's what we call them, Prac, but it's a practicum. Prac 1 and Prac 2 are both at NYU. So wherever you're from, whether it's New York, right here, like I took the train to practicum, but there were lots of people from all over California, down south, like people came from all over, and you have to come for 1 week. Now, depending on people's situations, a lot of girls stayed in one apartment together for the week. We went to whatever workshops and practicums and field experiences that we needed to, and then they would go back and hang out with the other girls, and then other people brought their families with them if they weren't able to leave their kids at home. They would bring their husband and their kids, because it really is a full week of just on, there's really no lag time, so you're kind of on for that week. But they do let you know in advance, so it is not bad at all. It's really not bad. And even them grading you during the practicum, it's scary, but it's not as bad as you think it is, because once you get into Prac 3, 4, 5, those are the actual clinical experiences, and that's when it's okay, game on. That was literally just a toe, and now I'm jumping in the pool. So, okay, for the next question, someone said, this is from Kim G. Tina. "Hey Mani, my name's Kim and I'm currently enrolled to start NYU OT in September. Coincidentally, I found your videos because I found that I love social, emotion, learning, pragmatic, and I think I'm going to drop OT for speech. Definitely a long story short, it took months of teetering to get here, haha. I'm definitely looking to learn more about the field from SLPs themselves. If you have any free time this week, I'd love to take you for coffee." Oh wow, I didn't read this. "Any insight into the field would be immensely helpful in helping me finally pull the trigger to pursue speech. I work in FIDI, I should know this, right now, so if you're in the city this summer, let me know." So I'm definitely gonna message you back because I didn't read this to know that you were down to hook up. I'm definitely down to hook up, but so Kim is teetering in between OT and speech. I do have a friend who is an OT, and we talk a lot about the differences and the similarities. To be honest, I am so biased. I love everything about speech. I think that it would be interesting to hear your perspective, Kim. And if you guys have any perspectives to give Kim down below, then go ahead and do that, because I honestly don't know that much about OT. I just love speech. I mean, y'all know that. That's why you're here. Let's be honest. This question is from Ambery. She says, "Hi, my name is Amari and I'll be starting college this fall to go to speech pathology. Yay! And I was wondering if you could answer some questions I have. Firstly, are there different steps I'd have to go through to work specifically in hospitals? I'm also thinking about doing vocal therapy as well. Any tips on how to get started?" This is such a great question, Amari, because there is no way to just focus on a medical path for speech. In speech pathology, you have to learn about everything because there's always an option that we can switch from setting to setting. So I think that's the rationale. I honestly don't know what the rationale is, but ASHA, which is the certification umbrella organization over all SLP, they say that you have to have competency in the big 9. I'm gonna look this up for you. And you can also Google this as well if you want to know. It is articulation, fluency, voice, and then there's language, which is receptive, expressive language, hearing, swallowing, cognitive, social, and then different communication modalities. So like using AAC devices or sign and other things like that. So yeah, you have to know everything in order to be an SLP because a lot of times it really does overlap. I just turned the AC off so maybe you guys can hear me better. That thing is so loud. Here, okay, the next question is from RMCM95. She said, girl, I just came across your YouTube channel in a moment of my life where I feel so hopeless, frustrated, and stuck. I'm sorry. I'm so glad I found it, and your advice has been amazing. It would really be great if you made a video on tips for applying to graduate school. I would say a great tip for applying to graduate school is just make sure your grades are tight. Make sure that your grades within your speech pathology coursework is tight. They care about how you do in your classes that reflect how well you will do in graduate school. So if you can take any speech pathology courses, even if you're not a speech path major, I went and did like a post-bac. I went to Connecticut. I stayed on campus. I did a post-bac at one of the schools in Connecticut and took a bunch of classes, made sure, like I grinded to make sure that I had great grades because they really, from what I was told, they wanted to see, these schools want to see that you can do well in your coursework for speech pathology specifically. If you are going to a school that doesn't have the major like I did, and maybe you're applying to a school that doesn't require you to have the speech path major, just make sure that your grades are tight. Don't only apply to one grad school, apply to a bunch of graduate schools. Make yourself marketable, give yourself choices because you just never know what will happen. A third tip that I can give is just to have a really strong why because as I said, you really gotta be ready for anything when it comes to going into a field like this that's very competitive. I believe that anyone can do this, really anyone can do it, but you have to be, you have to have a why. You have to have a strong why. I can make a video about this one day, but I have a strong why. It has to do with a family member of mine who passed away, but she loved speech pathology and I was just driven by her drive. And when times got tough, when I wanted to give up, when I got my rejection letters, I can leave that video in the cards, but I got rejected from 2 schools, guys. So these things come and hopefully it will not happen to you, but if it does, be prepared and have your why ready because you're gonna need to pull it out. You're gonna need to pull it out when things get tough. Okay, let's move to the next one because I am rambling again. This is from Alina. Hi, so I recently came across your YouTube channel and I have a few questions about becoming an SLP if you don't mind. I don't mind. So I'm barely starting my first year of college this August, but I still don't know what my major should be. Is communication disorders the major for speech pathology? Also, something I've been curious about is how people get jobs before they have their bachelor's degree. I currently work a fast food job, which is fine because I'm only 18 and barely graduated high school. But I really want to leave the food industry and start working somewhere close to what I'm going to school for. I have a huge passion for working with kids on the autism spectrum and deaf children, so I was curious as to what jobs you found while still in school. I'm sorry for the long paragraph, I'm just very curious. I think I did answer this one, Alina, but I'm gonna still put it here just in case anyone else has the same question. So our first question was, is communication disorders the major for speech pathology? Yes, it is. She said how people get jobs before they have their bachelor's degree. So, I'm guessing you're wondering how people get jobs in speech before they have their bachelor's degree? I don't know, because I don't think that that's a thing. Hold on, I need to take a bite. Oh, I'm so hungry. I'm not sure how to do that. The only thing that I know that you can do that's speech related before you get your master's degree is being an SLPA. Google it. It means speech pathology assistant. SLPA is someone who does most of the things that an SLP does, but without the license. So it's a little bit more regulated. But I believe that you need to have a bachelor's degree in order to pursue SLPA, and it's also only in some states. So New York, where I live, does not have SLPAs. You have to have your master's degree in order to be an SLP. But in other states, I know California, I think like Texas, some states down south, you can be an SLPA. But look into it because you may have to do at least a bachelor's degree in order to do that. There may be like a certificate or something, I don't know. I think it's great that you want to work with children who are on the autism spectrum and deaf children. I have had probably the most rewarding experiences with children on the autism spectrum, and I'm really thinking about, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking about that being my path as well. So we definitely have that in common, and please ask more questions. This was a great one. So, okay, this question is from Jess Tanasa. Hey, my name is Tanasa, and I recently started watching your YouTube channel, and I noticed you're a grad student who's studying speech pathology. I'm currently an upcoming freshman, and I go to University of North Carolina at Greensboro, go girl, and my major is speech pathology, yay! I was wondering if you could tell me how the program is at your school, and what types of classes did you take? And also, what made you have an interest in speech pathology? But I really enjoy your YouTube channel and your speech pathology content. Thank you. So I believe I also answered this on Instagram, but I'm still gonna answer it here because this is a good question. I actually didn't study speech pathology in undergrad, so you are so lucky, girl, because you can study SLP. You know you want to do it, you can go into it. I didn't know that this was like something that I definitely wanted to do right away, so I didn't go to a school that had the program, and I ended up having to do a lot of like back work after graduating with a degree in linguistics. By the way, don't do that. Please, like, just don't. There's one PSA announcement, just don't do that. But yeah, so you're doing the right thing. I took classes in linguistics, so I took a lot of like anthropology classes, a lot of research. We did take a phonetics course for linguistics. That was so fun, I loved it. But my interest in speech pathology came from, I mentioned this before, actually mentioned it before, girl, so just listen to what I said before about my cousin, because she introduced me to it, and then from there my why was heavy. Like, I was just like, I'm doing this. So yeah, thank you so much, by the way, for watching. Okay, this is from Strawberry Girl. Strawberry Girl said, hey girl, I just found your YouTube channel the other day, and I'm an aspiring speech pathologist. I'm currently attending community college, and I'm looking to transfer to a university, but I have a 2.95 overall GPA. Do you think I have a possibility of getting accepted into university to pursue my bachelor's in communication disorders? So, Strawberry Girl, I actually already answered this. I have my message right in front, but I think that you can definitely still get accepted into graduate school. What I can say is start taking some classes, like I said before, in speech pathology to really show that you can ace these courses. And when I say go in, when you take these classes, go in, like cut off your social life. Honestly, going to Connecticut to take these courses and like being by myself without friends, without whatever, it probably helped me because I just zoned in. OD. 2.95, it's not that bad, and it's definitely not a death sentence. Just know that in order to be competitive, these girls have 4.0s, sis. Like, they have 4.0s. So I kept that in the back of my mind all the time, and use that as your fuel to keep going, okay? You can do it. All right, this question is from KB Franks. She said, hey, so I just followed your YouTube channel. I'm in the process of applying for SLP programs, and I noticed you go to NYU. Yes, I'm considering applying there. I'd love to pick your brain and ask a few questions if you have the time. So I'm just gonna say this again because I love when you guys write me. Please ask me questions, especially if you're interested in NYU. I think that once I graduate, like if you guys think I'm being real now, when I graduate, I have to say, we're just going from here to like here, because I just have so much tea to tell you guys. But for right now, I'm being as real as I possibly can, so ask me all the questions that you can. I love it. Okay guys, I want to thank you so much for sticking around for this whole entire video. If you did make it to the end, thumbs up this video, turn on my post notifications, let me know what you want to see in my next few videos. I appreciate you all so much, and again, don't forget to subscribe as well. Peace out.